Welcome
That's gonna cut out.
to the second episode of Certified Bro Moment.
Yep.
I'm your host, Tommy Taylor. Okay.
With a co-host,
Josh.
or two co-hosts. I'm Josh
Burns.
I'm Chris.
May.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, my last name's May.
Now you can search him on Instagram.
Yeah.
But,
oh my gosh, you're gonna find pictures of me. Oh wait, I don't put pictures of myself on the internet.
Oh.
ooh, Gotti.
Because I want to stay anonymous so the government can't find me.
Because he is anonymous and he is legion. He doesn't forgive and he doesn't forget.
So,
I'm like a dad, but on the internet.
Take that, fornicators.
you're my internet daddy. That's recorded. That's recorded.
I'm not getting cut out.
That's going in my video essay.
So, let's hop right into it. Our first review, our first topic is a review. We're coming straight off recording a podcast that just got deleted. It was actually our A material, so we're working on our Z list material. So, can you...
Only the best.
Only the best for our fans. Thanks, Mom.
That's a fan. But it's not pointed towards me, so I'm not getting any...
It's not pointing towards me.
It's not a fan either.
Yeah, it's pointed towards Tommy.
It's a space heater. And I'm not getting that much because it's so far away.
Well, it's probably not even
So
helping anybody.
it's basically...
Put it on the ground.
basically useless.
Yeah,
Put
it's
it on the
basically...
ground because heat rises, so it's all just going straight up into the hole in the
I don't know how
ceiling.
well that's going
It's
to work.
basically not benefiting anyone.
I
So
don't really feel anything up here.
hopefully there's
It's probably
a
the best we're going to get.
good
This is
deal
going to
at
be
it.
the worst podcast ever.
Hopefully there's a
Worse
good...
than our first one.
I'm trying to talk. So our first topic is we watched something, didn't we, guys?
That sounds
Yes.
weird. I think you're talking about a murder.
Yeah,
we saw a murder.
We saw a murder. It's on 9th Avenue. Body in a suitcase.
And this is actually real.
This
This actually happened.
That
right,
is
right
actually...
behind the Shore Mall.
What?
Bodies found chopped up in suitcases.
There's another 9th Avenue.
Right down the street.
Right down the street. And it's near the mall. And basically, there's a serial killer down there. And
Or somewhere around this area.
somewhere around this area, there's bodies of people who live in Atlantic City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like kids, stuffed in
Suitcases.
and
Chopped up.
found in this. Wow, we're starting this
You know your
podcast
side,
great.
not mine. Just because Tommy doesn't want it to be not.
I don't want it. So, and they were like several were found at the end of this at the end of 9th Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
and basically they still haven't caught the killer.
So, theoretically, you probably met a serial killer at some point.
Yeah, well,
Or
everyone
encountered.
like there's
Statistically speaking, yeah.
Statistically speaking, you probably met a serial killer or a murderer in your life. Like bumped into them.
Oh,
Not
I
like
know
said hi.
I know I personally met one, probably.
Really?
Really?
The one kid in my school that we think was going to be a school shooter.
It's just a possibility, like the possible.
Well, he's always like meeting, like, he's always got like a new girlfriend every week, and she's usually underage.
Where did the other girlfriends go?
She's usually a minority, or not a
Minority.
Minority?
She's usually just a minority.
Yeah, someone filed minority report.
We found Tommy Taylor.
So,
Gotta be on watch.
what we actually watched wasn't a murder. It was The Masked Singer on Fox.
Which is like the visual representation of a murder on television.
It was a murder to my ears.
It was.
So basically, it's little known. We can't say little known because we don't even know if it's
What, the show?
what the celebrities are.
The show, the celebrities, like, are you trying to say that they're low known?
Yeah.
No,
So
Well, like,
they're
we
trying to
don't know
make
who the guy
money
was.
off the show. They're not going to bring on some, like,
A-list
C-list celebrities. They're going to bring in B-list. Or high B-list.
No, they're about C or B.
yes, the guy that they unmasked
He was like a football player that nobody really even knew.
Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown.
I mean, I never heard of
Like
him.
people do know Antonio Brown.
He's one of the better football players.
I mean, I'm just not real well versed in that sphere.
Yeah, he is one of the better football players, but when you
sound like such a nerd when I said that. Oh, he's one of the better football players. I know stuff. I'm losing it. Currently eating a celebration roll, in case you're wondering why we're talking about food sometimes.
Yeah, and we'll give you a review of how the celebration roll is at the end of the podcast.
It's very good. I ate at least 3/4 of it. It's very good.
I mean, I think we've split this in half.
I guess I gotta mark that off the topic list. So yeah, it's so the premise of the show is they got a bunch of celebrities.
Bunch of degenerates.
Put them on a bus.
Put them on a bus. Bring them to Hollywood. Throw them on a stage. Be like, hey, sing for us, buddy.
Put on this mask and sing.
Sing, monkey, sing.
So you don't know which celebrity is singing what until the very end, and if they're voted to take their mask off, then you'll know what celebrity they are, and they go home.
Yeah.
But the ones that aren't voted continue on, and you still don't know until it's basically The Voice, but with celebrities and
or any stupid talent show
singing. Yeah,
like
America's Got Talent, but with masks.
Yeah, and
essentially.
So
they made a GT Champions. I want to watch that.
The show is stupid.
Yeah, it's
We
just
can all agree on that, right?
It's just another like I said, it's just another stupid talent judging show.
Yeah.
I think they picked the worst judges.
Yeah, they have like Jenny McCarthy or something. Like
I don't
that.
even know half. I only know the one guy.
Because he was in The Hangover.
Yeah, Ken
No,
Jeong.
I only know him because of the a Wired autocomplete interview. I haven't seen any of the Hangover movies, but
He was
that's
in
the
The
only
Hangover.
reason I know
Kim
him.
Jeong.
I only know him from Community, and
Then you have
I don't think he's probably my least favorite character.
You have like Robin Thicke, who hasn't had a hit since like 2013.
Where he stole a song.
Yeah, from Marvin Gaye.
And made a bunch of money off of it.
To be fair, it was probably Pharrell that stole it because he was the producer. He produced the entire thing. But yeah, you got him. You got Jenny McCarthy, I think, was like a Playboy model or something like that. And then you have Kim Jeong, who's in The Hangover.
Yeah.
And you have some other chick that I don't really know.
Yeah. And their guesses for who was under the mask
were terrible.
They were awful.
God awful.
They were god awful.
Like I was closer to guessing than any of them were.
The one person,
Scraping.
Yeah, you're scraping the cardboard just for the rest of the ice cream from the celebration roll. And this is a celebration roll that I had, that we got
almost a month
ago. So yeah, I mean it's ice cream, so it should be fine. So
I celebrate.
The one guess, they're like, the one that sticks out to me is Justin Bieber. When they guess Justin Bieber,
no, why would Justin Bieber?
Why would Justin Bieber come
onto this show? He doesn't need to do anything for the rest of his life. He can live comfortable.
And he's got a recognizable voice.
Yeah.
You can't really confuse his voice with many other people, even though there was that whole entire thing about the Bieber sound but it wasn't about, you don't, when, in middle school, you had that, it was when he was in his little poppy phase, and then every single other person was a pop artist, and they all copied the Bieber sound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't, he has a recognizable voice above other people. Mm-hmm. I'll give him that.
But he has no reason to go on that show.
Justin Bieber. But here's the thing.
Right. The thing is, not to go off on a tangent, but, I don't personally like Justin Bieber as, an artist, but I actually do respect him because, I don't know how you could do it.
Yeah.
People, not just like him, but they hated him.
Yeah, and he was 15 years old, and people were just, sending death threats.
Cyberbullying
and he continued.
him.
He continued in passion, which was good.
Yeah, and, I
really don't like his music, but he made it. He proved himself in the music.
He's still famous.
Yeah.
But, I remember, browsing the 9gag app on my iPod Touch, years ago, and all you'd see would be like for Freddie Mercury or
ignore for Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber and Satan.
I remember because I wasn't allowed on social media or anything, or like too far into the internet. But when I was in my little bad boy phase, I'd go to Flash games and I kill Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And then there's like a bunch of games where you could kill Justin Bieber for no reason.
Yeah.
Just because he was trying to.
He's like 16 years old when all this is happening.
And I'll say it, I contributed.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody did.
Everyone did. Everyone who wasn't like a believer.
Yeah.
They all hated him because he was just so big.
Yeah. But he made it through.
Yeah, he made it through. And that takes guts. So, back to Masked Singer. we went on a tangent about how we don't like Justin Bieber, but we respect him.
Yeah.
But I don't respect feminists.
But,
cut that out.
No. But, like, but, like, along with the show, like, they definitely don't have a budget for something like that. And there's no reason why he would come on the show. But, like, it's not like you can really gauge, like, the kind of like, celebrities that they would bring. Because, of course, you haven't seen any of them, but probably by now, most of them are probably, like, athletes or some crap like that.
They're the B-list celebrities. They're B-C-list celebrities.
Yeah, with some talent.
They're big in their field, but it's not the music field.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I guess it is. But I feel they probably have like one person that's probably like a recognizable name in the music industry.
Yeah. So, Masked Singer was.
It was an okay show.
It was fine. Yeah. Wasn't that?
It's not the best, not the worst. It's okay.
It's not.
I mean, it's kind of entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
it's entertaining in the moment, but looking back on it, I think, why did I
spend 45 minutes watching that?
The whole entire time, I was thinking, why am I watching this? And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's for the mystery factor. I think that's
how they get you in.
That is a really smart way to market it, where you're like,
oh, I wonder who they're bringing in.
Yeah, you're like, what if my favorite celebrity is
under that mask?
Even though I'm pretty sure my favorite celebrities probably wouldn't be doing that right now.
Essentially.
Yeah. So, it was fine. I give it a
2 cahoots out of 10 cahoots.
Yeah. Is that our rating system?
I don't know.
I give it
the
same 2 cahoots out of 10 cahoots.
Even though it's a very bad
what?
rating.
What rating do you give it?
How
many cahoots?
Maybe like 3 cahoots out of 7 cahoots. That seems fair.
You're fluctuating with the rating.
I would say I'd give it about 7 out of 77.
7 out of 77?
Yeah, 7 cahoots out of 77 cahoots.
So it's like 1 out of 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on to the topic I feared the most.
That means I liked it 9%.
You liked it 9%?
Yeah, 1 out of 11.
Yeah.
Tommy's worst of 2018.
No, this is going to be an hour-long podcast.
So,
wow.
Everyone knows that it's easy to dunk on me. Well, not everyone, but if you don't know, it's very easy to dunk on me because I put myself in situations that it's very easy to dunk on.
In regrettable situations.
And then you can make him say some questionable stuff.
So this is my first year of college. I'm still learning how to be a actual functioning adult.
Yeah.
And one
I
thing.
need to learn how to function.
Chris, what are you doing on your weekdays? So
I sit at home and do nothing because I'm not in college.
Ooh.
So one thing I learned is you always have to eat before class.
Yep.
Because of.
But what if you gotta do the do in the middle of class?
Well, you can
do the poo.
That's another thing that I learned because I
just go.
Yeah, you just go
in the middle of class.
No, you don't like go.
You just get up and leave.
Yeah, you just get up and leave. Even in high school, we had to.
What are you doing?
We had to raise our hands. Yeah. So
Yo,
the first day I
Degenerates like you
I
belong
like
on a
sat
cross.
there with my hands. Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
It's like raise his hand to go to the bathroom, like in the middle of a lecture.
Yeah,
Degenerates
no,
like you
I
belong on
hit-
a cross.
I did raise my hand on the first day,
Racist.
and she's like, "You really don't need."
Was that in
That's a
college?
It was in college.
That's embarrassing.
You raised your
It
hand in
was.
college.
Because I wasn't.
You raised your hand in college.
It wasn't. I wasn't used to it because I've only been in ACS for most of my life, and like.
You degenerate.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Ray just had to go to the bathroom. Next frame over, hands getting nailed to a cross.
Someone call me Will Smith because it's rewind time. Back in
Maybe
Now that's hot.
maybe that should be the name of this podcast.
it's rewind time.
No, Degenerates like you.
So back in second grade, or maybe it was third grade, I got in trouble for so
Going in the middle of the classroom.
yeah.
With your pants on.
So basically, you had to always tell someone that you were going to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I lost the kids, Karen.
So, we had this woman. I'll just say call her by the first letter of her last name, Mrs. P, and she was an aide, I think, right?
Which one is it?
She
You just cut this out.
she posts Jesus stuff on
okay, yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And,
Obi-Wan.
she's like lunchtime aide, and all the kids swarm at her to like air their grievances about their lunch and stuff like that. And
Worst lunch ever.
I really had to go to the bathroom.
Hate it. And I hate you.
So I really had to go to the bathroom, and she's like, just hold on. And that wasn't her voice. She's actually a very nice lady, but she does have.
Never nice to me.
She has a pretty raspy voice.
But I'm trying to mock her, so I'm just...
She was nice to people that she liked,
Yeah.
but
Never nice to me.
but yeah, she's like, just
Not
hold
everyone
on,
likes
just
you,
hold
Tommy.
on.
Deal with it.
And then she I was like, I really can't hold it, so I just snuck out, and then I ran to the urinal.
And I took a pill.
Then my gun go off.
I ran to the urinal, and don't run in the bathroom, especially in a children's bathroom where people miss.
They do that at the church, alright?
They do. So I slipped. Going to the urinal.
Go splash. I'm thinking about it.
I slipped on pee and I slammed my face onto a urinal. I chipped my tooth.
No, that's not epic.
And I got scared because I had a past of detentions. And I really didn't want a detention. So I crafted this entire story where I blamed Mrs. P and said that she slammed my face into a urinal.
Did you really?
Yeah, I told my mom because, and then my mom like picked me up from school and we went straight to the dentist office to get it fixed because I chipped my tooth.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
I chipped my two front teeth, and then I started explaining, and she's like, "Yeah, you're just lying. I know it." I'm like, "No, I'm not." She slammed my face. It was scary.
She was dunking on me, guys.
And then
You just got like curb stomped American History X
she's
style
like,
under
"Why
the freaking
would-"
urinal by Mrs. Peterson.
you said her name.
She's not gonna listen to the podcast.
Yeah. So basically, she's.
You're pulling on me.
They're like,
Don't touch the coil with it.
I'm trying to get it there. Oh, no, you don't.
Don't mess with the space heater. What are you?
It's fine.
So basically,
science.
they were. I was caught for lying. I got in trouble because she could have gotten in real big trouble if
If you weren't lying.
if I wasn't lying and people actually believed me that a staff at ACS took a third grader's head and slammed it into a urinal. So yeah, that was Since then, I've always been afraid to
go to the bathroom.
No, since then I've always been afraid to go to the bathroom without telling someone.
Ever since I've
American
had a
history
shy
X.
bladder.
Like at school. So I always
Hey guys, I'm going to the bathroom.
I learned my lesson. And now I learned my lesson that no one freaking cares.
No one cares in college.
In college.
You
So you just go.
Yeah,
I look like the dork homeschooler that like
Well, I'm sorry, but ACS is pretty much getting homeschooled.
it's not true.
I've seen worse.
Well, ACS is worse than getting homeschooled. The first couple months that I went to college, I'd want to sleep in as long as I could, so I'd skip breakfast. And also, Spider-Man came out, so I wouldn't eat, and I'd play the PS4. So, that would lead... Because I'd go like, okay, I can go to class. Class would be done. Well, I'd eat, like, peanut butter crackers on my way to class. Class would be done. Then I'll go eat something afterwards.
This is segueing into...
Yeah, this is segueing into the cheese story. So, I ended up doing a lot of impulse buys.
Yeah.
And
A lot.
Like, because on my way home from class, I'd go buy a Taco Bell.
Yep.
And, like...
Destroy your stomach.
The cashier lady,
with facts and logic.
She gave me a personalized message, like, around Christmas time. Saying, like, Merry Christmas.
She gave you a card or something?
She gave me, like...
She knows him by name.
Yeah, she knows me by name. Like, we went there on... Was it Black Friday? Or, no,
Yeah.
it was to return stuff.
Yeah, we were just in the vicinity.
Yeah, we were in the vicinity, and she gave me, like... She wrote it out on one of those, like, donating... Like, the cards you get for donating something.
She was trying to get them digits, Tommy.
Yeah. Well, she's like 50 years old, 60 years old.
66.
Yeah,
Ooh,
still. But, so, one day, I had to pick up milk on my way home. I was really hungry.
Yeah.
And so, I was like, you know what? I could go for a milkshake. So I got one of those milkshakes. I got a Reese's peanut butter cup milkshake in Wawa. And then I got milk. I was standing in line, and right next to the line was this... They have these weird aisles where it's like refrigerated stuff.
It's like a kiosk.
Yeah, it's a kiosk just in the middle of places where it's refrigerated stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I see this block of pepper jack cheese. And for some reason, I'm like, I could go for some pepper jack cheese right now. But not to just eat. Like, I'd make it home and then
Scarf it down.
and then like eat it with crackers and stuff like that. So I put it in my car. It's like the hottest day of the year. My car has no air conditioning. So I'm driving home and I realized that I forgot something. I realized that I forgot a lot of things. So I had to go into Target. But I already finished my Reese's milkshake because I was so thirsty. But I couldn't let cheese stay in the car unrefrigerated for that long because it was a long shopping trip. For that long on the hottest day of the year. So I swallowed my pride. And I unwrapped it.
12 cubic ounces of cheese.
Yeah, it was a party block. It was a party block of cheese. It was like a block of cheese you get for like entertaining guests. So I unwrapped it like a candy bar. Pepper jack cheese, and I forced it into my mouth, and I ate an entire block of like family-sized block of pepper jack cheese.
You're disgusting.
In my hot car on the hottest day of the year without air conditioning. And I walked out. I was shaking. I got out of my car. I was shaking while I was walking. I walked. I was like, someone actually. People were like looking at me, and I was
what do you think they were thinking when they saw you?
This guy's strung out.
Yeah, this guy's strung out. I was strung out on a block of a party-sized pepper jack block of cheese,
and a peanut butter milkshake,
and a peanut butter cup milkshake. I was shaking because it wasn't agreeing. Because I ate an entire block of cheese. Yeah. It wasn't agreeing. It was so hot. I got the sweats on top of it. I'm shaking. And I walk in, and then I'm checking out. I finally get all my stuff. And I feel like I finally conquered it. It was fine.
Well, big news.
And then
you had other plans.
The cashier's like, are you gonna pay for this? Like, what are you gonna pay for this with? I'm like, I'm gonna pay for this with card. And halfway through my sentence, I'm like, just wait. I ran to the bathroom. And I threw up the entire block of cheese and the milkshake probably. And it's probably because it's the taste of cheese, throw up, peanut butter and chocolate all mixed.
Peanut butter chocolate.
Yeah, all mixed together. And it was probably one of the worst experiences I've ever had.
Well, I wouldn't classify that as a best experience.
It's one of Tommy's worst of 2018.
Tommy Taylor's worst experience 2018.
Did
numbered 15.
Did anybody witness this? Or was in the bathroom during any of this?
No, I don't think anyone was in the bathroom.
If they weren't going to let it be known.
Yeah.
Just hearing someone violently vomiting.
It was,
and all of a sudden you just start smelling peanut butter and cheese.
It was probably one of the worst vomits I've ever had. I walked out of there.
It was probably the worst poop I ever taken from my mouth.
Well, you went back to the register.
I went back to the register.
Hey, remember me?
Well, did you clean yourself up before you went out there, or did you just?
I'm a new man.
I went to the mirror and I got napkins and I wiped my face, but it went it was like a bib around my t-shirt. Luckily I wear
a hoodie and all.
A hoodie, so I zipped it all the way up to where it covered my neck, and I walked out, and it was. So I'm out, the hottest day of the year. Yeah. In full hoodie. Because
they probably thought you were on crack.
Yeah, I had a throw up bib around. It was
my favorite ring, my throw up ring.
Yeah.
So
basically, that was probably one of the worst experiences I've ever had.
That's how I got profusely bullied by my friends.
Yeah, and now
dunked on.
My cousin knows about it. You guys know about it.
See, if you don't want people to know about it, don't tell them.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's probably one of the best stories I have.
That's true.
It's
pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's a pretty entertaining story. If you just picture me,
I'd rather not picture you violently throwing up.
No, not me violently throwing up, but the 100-mile, what felt like 1,000-mile walk from my car to the Target. It was just shaking and sweating profusely.
It was like the Bataan Death March of Target in EHT.
Tears welling up in my eyes.
Trail of Tears.
I was pretty sure I wasn't gonna make
it. Remake of the Trail of Tears.
Essentially.
I didn't stop shaking until halfway through my shopping, and
until it all came up.
I didn't stop sweating until. I didn't stop sweating.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't sweat. I don't sweat a lot.
It's not me, I don't sweat.
I don't sweat a lot. So this is probably one of my worst experiences.
I sweat.
This is my worst experience of 2018. Can you guys think of anything else?
About you?
Oh, it's 2018. Let's keep it 2018. And then we can all dunk on each other on other
I remember the one time when you wanted to start this podcast, you told your mom, and it was we'd never talked before that, except for the 2 times you came to senior high.
Are you gonna say...
And how you went to your mom. And let me tell the story.
You said it last time.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it again. And I didn't tell the full story.
I thought you were gonna say the dog food story.
I'll tell that later. But then, you go to your mom and tell her, and she tells my mom who tells me.
Basket.
So with the dog food store, we're gonna go see Bohemian Rhapsody all together, and we go to Tommy's dad's house to check up on the doggo,
Yep.
And
I chilling there.
We're in the kitchen, and I turn around and I see Tommy eating the dog food, like licking the dog food.
Like,
no.
It's not just
you
for
enabled
fun.
him. I was like, Tommy, don't do that. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
said.
I mean, I do it. I am the one that enables.
Yeah,
it.
you said I dare you to eat that
Did
dog
I?
food.
All right, I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't.
And I
fully
specifically remember
what
saying, Tommy, you do not need to do this. Come on, let's just go.
Look. Yeah, that was.
You gotta prove yourself to me, Tommy. Prove your worth.
I've had some low points. Okay,
Anyways.
so.
Well, like something you could get on me, but it won't really be this year because it'll be 2 years ago for now or by now, right? Like
Yeah.
The prom thing.
Oh.
yeah.
Hey, I can't. That's not 2018. I can't do it.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Let's talk about our prom experiences too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll set the premise of it.
You're the oldest. You can go.
Yeah. All right. Well, long story short, I got invited to a prom. I got promposaled and everything, and
How did you know her?
it's from a youth group or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
coastal.
Yeah, and she had a friend that needed to go too, or wanted to invite someone. So
And
invited
she
Tommy.
knew me, and then she found out that Josh and I were best friends. Well,
It happened
she
to be my sister.
Yeah, she barely knew me.
and happened to be Chris's sister.
And it happened
It
to
was
be
like when you
Chris's
first
sister.
started coming to our church.
Yeah.
too.
So she found out that Josh and I were best friends, and she needed someone to go. So she asked my mom to ask me. I don't like dances. I usually just go to hang out with my friends.
Yep.
Because you usually DJ them,
Yeah.
and that's why you go. So yeah, but I was like, you know what? Maybe it's different, and it was. I actually really liked that dance, even though we didn't dance a single.
All right. I'll tell. her.
Yeah, do it.
All right. Well, to make a long story short, I had like the Spanish flu beforehand. Like, I was just done. There's no way I was moving anywhere. It's probably the worst flu I ever had in my entire life. And of course the problem was the next day. And you know what happens? I wake up the next day, feel exactly the same. So I'm enlightened with the idea to keep an naproxen sodium tablet in my coat pocket.
Looks like actual
it looks suspicious. Let's just say that.
It looks like
Yeah, and I was concerned that I was going to get searched.
Well,
and
which
find
pocket
that.
did you keep it in? Like your pants pocket or like coat?
Coat pocket.
But here's the thing.
Yeah. I just didn't know, but and
You were guzzling down like. Weren't you like guzzling down like cough medicine? Like,
Yeah,
like it was
yeah,
your favorite drink.
just basically any kind of supplement to get me through the day.
And it was drowsiness.
Yeah.
It was a drowsiness cough medicine.
So everything like coming together is just a whole trifecta of madness. So
wait, do you want to keep?
Yeah, I can keep going. So I'm driving. I pick everybody up. We're all going. We all park, and of course we park like at least 5 or 6 blocks away from the actual line. So I get out of the car, and I just feel like I know something's gonna go wrong.
It's freezing too.
You feel
yeah, it's
death
freezing.
coming
It's
upon you.
freezing.
out.
I'm just like, this isn't gonna be fun.
Did it rain that year?
I don't think
No.
it rained that
No.
year. It was just incredibly cold and windy.
It was the next year that they had to do it inside. Right?
Yeah. So we walked
Or
there.
no, it was the year before that.
Yeah.
And this is Ocean City prom. This isn't
Yeah,
our
Ocean
prom.
City. It's an island off of New Jersey.
So
It's
So
it's America's greatest family resort. It's a
That's
total
true.
lie.
Yeah.
So
It's the worst city ever.
yeah,
Don't go.
so
there.
there's a lot of wind draft from the ocean coming in, along with like the 30-degree weather. So we're walking. There's this huge line, the biggest line you could possibly think of.
because they have a red carpet.
Yeah.
Before you come in, it's like pomp and circumstance where you,
you
have
gotta
to
walk down the red carpet with
with
your
your
date,
date.
and they
Yeah.
judge you. That's how they judge prom king and queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, and it's in like a 4-star hotel, so we gotta do the whole dance thing.
It's pretty much the only hotel in Ocean
So-
City.
Essentially, yeah.
it's like a giant high school. Everyone
Oh no, it is not giant.
well, not
it's
giant.
not too big.
It's a high school, but everyone has to go in in twos.
Yeah, all this.
And it takes
like pretty much every
takes forever.
It's
It
every
takes
senior
forever.
and junior plus one person.
There's hundreds of people in line.
So it's
let's just say that.
about 600 people.
Yeah.
Or no, it's over 600 people.
Yeah.
So
we're waiting there for at least an hour.
and we thought we got there
'Cause we're all the
early.
way, yeah, we thought we got there early, but we were all the way in the back of the line,
Yeah.
like all the way in like the parking lot across from the building itself.
He's sick as a dog.
Yeah, I'm like
It's freezing
an
outside.
hour and a half, like
Starting to snow, actually.
yeah,
There's a little snow.
yeah. So like half an hour in, I'm already like I feel like I'm gonna faint, I'm gonna collapse, I'm just gonna die right there. And as time goes on, like I'm just getting worn down. Like I genuinely felt like I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, I just had that feeling. I was like, oh great, I'm gonna lose consciousness right here.
I'm gonna say at the beginning I wasn't a good friend because I was like, you're not gonna, because it was cold outside.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not
give
gonna.
up your coat.
Yeah, I'm like,
I heard
you're not
about
gonna
that.
offer.
You're like, oh, you're not gonna...
So I was like, oh, you don't want to give up your coat. I was being stupid because I didn't. You
You
just
didn't have a gauge on how bad
you
how bad I
you
felt.
looked fine. You
Yeah,
looked
I
fine
sort of
for the
looked
most part.
yeah.
I just heard that you were kind of sick from your mom.
I was
it wasn't like
internally screaming.
yeah. So before we were, and then I was like, well, that's the proper thing to do because I'm like, I just want to give him pointers so he has a good time with his date, and then I know that came across as ooh, ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. And it was at the wrong time. And then I didn't get a full sense of it until we hit. Okay, you can keep going.
Well, like there was a certain point where I blacked out. Like I just don't remember anything. Like I don't remember walking down the red carpet.
Yeah, I saw you. You were just staring off, and I tried
Yeah.
talking to you, but you're just staring off at
Yeah.
the Ocean City boardwalk.
Yeah. I think I regained like some semblance of memory, like when we were like registering, like when we were going in and we were like getting like the stamp or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're in. I'm sort of just delirious. I'm just out of my mind here, and we're just walking to our table. I just sit down, and I'm kind of just staring into space because I don't really know what else to do. I'm kind of suffering from hypothermia right here, and and yeah, we're just going through the normal
Dance
motions.
floor's not open yet, so
I think everybody else is going through like the motions pretty well, but
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm just in my own space, just like internally dying.
our dates met their friends. We got to meet them.
Yeah.
I hit it off with them because I was conscious, and then Josh slumped over, and
Yeah, I basically my head hit the table and it just stayed there.
yeah,
It wasn't moving.
He slept.
There's no chance it was gonna move.
He like died on the table, on our prom table. Like, I think you only got up for no.
I didn't even eat anything.
I had to get you food.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't think I can eat this.
Yeah, I can't.
So, your date felt bad.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I feel bad for dragging him out here. I'm like, I felt bad because I'm like, I don't want to leave Josh because he's you can see that he's in like a lot of pain, but I also don't want to ruin these people's
their
prom
experiences.
nights. So, and then Josh felt bad because he's like, oh yeah, I'm ruining this girl's prom night,
Yeah.
but he also
That she
felt
invited
bad
me to and
physically.
paid for me for.
Yeah, she paid for him to go to this prom.
Did you get a mug? Or did she give you the mug or no?
I don't remember.
Because that year we got mugs, like, because you get like a stupid gift and we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
mugs. I know my sister asked you if you wanted a mug, right? I think.
Yeah, I think I said no.
Yeah.
I said.
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure I
you can
got it.
keep
I probably left it or something like that.
But-
'Cause I don't have it.
Yeah,
But like we going through the night, I finally take the naproxen sodium tablet that's in my coat pocket because I forgot about it.
yeah. I get him
An entire hour.
some Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Get them all drugged up.
And
Yeah,
we
I'm drugged up
forced the drug down his system with
Mm-hmm.
the Coca-Cola. The sugar from the Coca-Cola and the drug itself help pick him back up.
Yeah.
And then
Pick me up for after prom.
Yeah. So it's just a slow progression upwards. So it's like the evolution of man in sick form.
we ruined their prom night,
Yeah, essentially.
but we made up for it by making a baller after prom.
Yeah, because like
So you guys
it literally the instant after prom happened, like the instant we got off the bus, I was just like, I just snapped and I was like, I'm great. I'm feeling great right now.
She felt like, wow.
Like, what's up, guys? Let's party.
But to be honest, like, coming from, since we went to a private school that was pretty poor, coming from our prom and going to your prom and our after prom and your prom.
Yeah.
Our after prom had, like,
it was just like kept in like one side of a gymnasium.
It had a Wii and
on a few like poverty TVs,
like life-size Jenga, and that's it.
and like a photo booth and like
yeah.
just some food.
And you just had to stay in the auditorium until sunlight, and then I almost burped.
Like we don't want to come up with that.
Yeah.
So
the after prom.
But your after prom is
it's really good.
You go all out. There's like inflatables. There's a mechanical bull that I rocked.
Yeah.
I witnessed it.
They last year they did it when you guys were there, but not my senior year. They had like games where you'd get green tickets and then you'd go to this booth and you'd trade them in for cash for like dollar bills.
Yeah, I remember they had like a raffle thing, but they said that only Ocean City High School students could participate.
And I wasted all my tickets on the stupid what is it?
Wasn't it like the GoPro or something like that?
The Magic Bullet.
Or it was like the Fushigi ball.
I had no clue what a Magic Bullet was, but I was ready to find out. It was. I thought it was like a. I didn't think it was a bullet, but I was like
special.
Yeah, I thought it was something special. If you had the name Magic Bullet, you should be something special.
Yeah, and when I was there,
I had a story about that after.
Yeah,
when it's my turn.
Yeah, and we were there. I woke up. I was lit and ready to party.
Yeah, you were.
and and I just ate a bunch of pizza and I was feeling good.
It was like a shot of adrenaline.
Yeah, essentially. Like it was literally like night and day.
We danced. We actually danced.
Yeah, but I think there's other parts of the prom itself where I just blacked out.
Yeah.
Because I just do not remember anything from there. Mm-hmm. And apparently, like they took a photo, like they took a photo of me, like the whatever photographer was there, and they were trying to get it put in the yearbook on like a full page.
Yes,
but
I can check on that when I get home.
Yeah, yeah.
Your date said, "Oh, he doesn't go here," and she's like, "Oh, that would have been the best yearbook photo," and she walked away. Yeah, so we still don't know.
Yeah, but it was told that they weren't allowed to include any like non-Ocean City High School students
in the raffle.
In the yearbook too.
In the yearbook too.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to do it.
Ah, that's stupid. That would have been a funny one. You got your story?
My 2 years of prom at Ocean City.
Yeah, his perspective.
So, I am a highly antisocial person that hates crowds. And I only went to prom for the food.
Yeah.
And so the first year, we're waiting outside at the red carpet, and it was my sister's... I was sitting there with two of my friends, who... One of them I share with my sister. And then my sister's one friend, Sam, was like, "Oh, I need someone to walk down the red carpet with me. Chris, will you do it?" And I'm like, "No." She goes up to my friend Tom. "No." Goes to my friend Caleb. "No." So we're all like, "Okay, we'll just all walk you down together." And none of us wanted to walk with her. So when we walked down the red carpet, she was in front of us, and three of us walked behind her because we just didn't want to walk with her.
Because they like announced your name and everything.
They announced all four of our names. And they didn't like.
It's a polyamorous relationship.
We're all just like, we don't like her and don't want to be with her.
Yeah.
So I go there. I'm sitting with my friends. I go on the dance floor for like 10 minutes. Yeah. But then I actually went back up into this area and sat in the corner and just played on my phone. And then I fell asleep for a little bit.
So we're not too different.
And then I'd walk by you.
But you walked by me and were like, "Hey,
what's up?"
Hey,
like,
I sort of know you.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, I just end it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't touch the dance floor. I didn't touch anything
until
like the end. Yeah.
But then we get to after prom, and like they had like this dart game where you have to throw a dart, and if you get it in a star, you get a green ticket. So I'm just sitting there, and nobody's coming and playing it. So I'm just I think I made like $10 that night.
Really?
And one of them was this girl was like, she was trying to trick me. It was like, "Hey, I'll give you $1 if you take these 2 green tickets, so then you can get $2. And I'm like, "Well, how about I took $1 out of my wallet, and I'm like, "Here." And I handed her the $1, and I had the tickets. I'm like, "Here, give me the $1. I give you back a ticket. It's the same." And she's like, "But no, it's not." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the exact same. I'd still get my $2. You still got your $1. So, and I was like right at the front of the line. So I just pretty much took and
while
I'm talking to her like that,
the hustler.
But while I'm doing like, yeah, no, it's the same. I just put the dollar in my back of my wallet, put it in my pocket, put the ticket in my pocket, and just then ignored her.
Are you an actual
hustle and
grifter?
flow, baby? Hustle and flow.
Conned a kid.
You just conned a woman who was probably like trying to have a nice prom night, and now she's out $1.
Yeah.
Great job, Chris.
Getting hustled.
I don't care.
Are we just talking prom or are we talking dances?
Cash money, man.
Like, period.
I mean, we could talk dances.
Well, I'll talk about my dance
experience
next, but I still gotta finish my senior year prom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the prom senior year, my friend Adam and I, we both have no one to go with. So we're going to prom together, and they had to do the red carpet inside.
Mm-hmm.
And so I forget what we named, like we said our names was. It was like Daddy Adam and something. I forget what mine was. Then we're walking down the red carpet, and then we go inside and we part our ways because we don't have like the same exact friend group, so we have similar friends.
Yeah.
And so we just go to our friend groups, and I'm sitting there not talking to any of my friends because at that point I like throughout my senior year I kind of just started not liking my friends because they're a bunch of libtards,
degenerates.
Yeah.
They should be crucified. And so by prom I'm like by prom time, I'm like, I've got two friends that I'm pretty much going to talk to, but they're both with their dates, so I'm not going to bug them. And so I'm just sitting there, and then I get on the bus, go to the school for after prom, and they had Gaga Ball. So I just went and played Gaga Ball for
everyone in Gaga.
I had the most wins.
This Mongoloid
comes
in, just wrecking everyone.
Instead of like actual walls, it was like an inflatable. So like people like. So, you know how, like, we use the walls to hop up and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that on an inflatable. This mongoloid of a man pushed down an inflatable.
Let me just say, Chris, when he's playing Gaga Ball, it doesn't matter if you're a kid
mercy.
or, like, anything.
Children, women are not safe.
Except
for my
for
wrath.
Probably
it's like Attila the
if you
Hun.
have, like, a mental disability.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have some sort of disability or if it's your first time playing, I will go easy on you. Disability, definitely first time playing, probably not.
But every time we have like a church,
I kill.
A church picnic.
I play to win.
He goes in with the children's ministry and just smacks them around.
Tommy, my mother taught me that second place is the first loser.
That is true.
I don't play for second. I play for first.
Coach Picking taught me that.
So, but yeah, I just spent the whole night doing that and wasting my time sitting through the prizes thing, even though I never win prizes. Yeah. I'm that one unlucky person that like never won one of those raffles in my life.
Somebody right next to you always wins a TV.
Yeah, like I'm sitting next to my friend and he wins this like nighttime capture the flag thing, where, like it like lights up and everything. I'm like, okay, well,
neato.
Then like this girl sitting behind me wins a bike, like because there's these kids in my grade that like have a Franken bike, that's what they call it, and then they have a bike making business. And like she wins that, and like she's like practically a midget and wouldn't be able to ride the bike. And I'm like, what about this mongoloid of a man?
I'm pretty sure I put like all my tickets in like a GoPro one.
Really?
Because I didn't see a lot of like tickets in there, so I just engulfed it with my tickets. But it still didn't call mine.
But I have this bad habit where like I just like won't eat because the food's too far away. I just won't go eat. So like by the end of prom night, I'm sitting there like I have a migraine and I'm gonna die because I haven't eaten in like since dinner time, and it's like 6 a.m. and I'm still fully awake, running around.
I'm glad I never get that.
I'm sitting there like shaking and I have a migraine. Like because I'm gonna die.
Yeah, because like my brother, like that happens to my brother all the time. Like if he doesn't eat, it's just like what happens.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had a migraine before.
Really? I get them from too much MSG.
It's
the worst.
Really?
It's the worst thing in the world.
Well, like you probably don't have it as bad as me.
No, not as bad as you.
If I eat too much pork, I get a headache. You know, like the stuff, like the seasoning that you can put on your fries at Red Robin.
Yeah.
I can't have any of that.
Really?
Yeah. Like I had it last Thursday, and I almost wasn't able to go to youth group that night.
What happens? Is it just like
it gives me a migraine, and if I don't sleep, like it doesn't go away. Like I'm a large enough person where I can take 4 Advil at once. I take 4 Advil and then go and sleep. Like I've been able to take like when this first started happening, the guy was like, it was 5th grade, and the guy was like, yeah, I think he can take 2, which is like the size for like a freshman.
Yeah, like I barely ever get sick. Nothing really affects me. But when I do get sick, it's just like the end of the freaking world.
Yeah,
like I'm like on the ground about to die of hypothermia at a prom.
If I have like I can have like the noodles from ramen, but if I have like the flavor stuff. Last time I had it, I was on the couch for 2 days. I couldn't get up.
Jeez.
Like I had to force myself up to go to the bathroom.
That's insane.
Like I couldn't eat anything.
Is it just like some kind of ingredient that's put in it?
Yeah, it's
MSG.
MSG.
Oh, MSG.
Yeah.
I used to not be able to eat Chef Boyardee, but now I can because like, I'm kind of growing out of it, but
okay.
not fully.
Ooh, no, thank you.
For me, I get like sick at certain times of the year. Always.
Oh yeah.
Seasonal.
Like I'm always sick on Christmas Eve.
Really?
I'm never not.
I mean,
this year was the first year that I wasn't sick.
Quirinius.
Yeah, Quirinius.
I've been able to say Quirinius since I was in 5th grade, Tommy.
Oh wow, great job.
Can we stop, pause it here because I really gotta go pee.
Okay. So do I.
Monkey.
He's monkey.
So yeah, our school was so small that they allowed freshmen and sophomores
Poverty Academy.
Yeah, to go to prom
just to get more money in the sport.
Essentially, yeah.
And I don't like dances. I just go there to hang out with my friends.
That's all I would go for.
And mostly because I become an idiot. Because when it gets really, really late at night, I guess I get like punch drunk.
Sicko.
Yeah, I do.
He goes pretty sicko.
I do go pretty sicko mode.
You texted Karen.
Yep.
And then I get put in these places of power where I can completely destroy my
civilizations.
Yeah, my
snap my finger.
Destroyer of worlds.
Tommy Taylor Destroyer, Devontae Reaper of Souls.
Tommy Taylor the Mad Titan.
So I get put in these positions of power that I can completely defame myself. Like, because Josh usually DJs.
Yeah,
so I'm usually there. I usually have access to the mic.
Yeah.
And then I get punch drunk, and then I'm like, you know what would be funny? If I sang horribly along to the songs and at a person's dance, and no one found it funny. Because it would always go over the speakers.
Because the microphone is always put louder than the music, just in case somebody needed to make an announcement.
It was like homecoming. It was Valentine's Day dance.
Yeah.
It was
every single dance that I helped.
Yeah, I was like
helped with.
I'd sing.
But like everybody, like the problem with DJing that kind of stuff is that you need a set playlist. Or, like, what good DJs do and what I've learned is that they know how to meld things very easily.
Yeah.
And, like, they know, like, the keys of songs so they
it's gotta be, like, key, BPM.
Yeah, so they can easily transition over to, like, one song to another.
But
to, like,
they don't...
But it's so unprofessional. Like, you basically just pick up an iPod.
You don't need to be professional.
Yeah, on an auxiliary cord, just kind of, like, jankily wired to like, a sound system.
And here's the thing. You're not in charge of the music choice.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because somebody else makes the decision.
And then they
is it all like
dance.
Christian rock music or is it like actual?
No, it's actual music.
It's actual music, okay. And they basically tell you just play this playlist.
Yeah, yeah, and like,
and then people come up to you and they're mad because they're like, I don't think this song transfers into this other song that well.
Well, and you don't transfer well into my life, so get out of it.
Yeah. Well, and everybody would always just like voice their frustrations at me, like I made the playlist or something like that. They'd be like, I don't really like this song. You put this on. You put Counting Crows on.
I don't like your color kind.
I don't like your kind here. You put on a Big Yellow Taxi.
Little white boy's in the corner, and he the guy who actually made the playlist, and he's like shifting all the blame. He's not shifting all the blame on purpose, but he's not piping up to say I actually made the playlist.
Yeah.
He's like, So yeah, I get that. Those are,
and most of them are pretty monotonous because they kind of just encompass the same exact kind of deal and like annoyances.
And then we had a 70s themed homecoming, and then someone tasked us with assembling a playlist of 70s songs that they could factor into their playlist. But I guess they liked their playlist so much that they just added Hooked on a Feeling, and they never played anything else except for their playlist.
Yeah.
So we actually took time and met together and wasted our time making a playlist of 70 songs. And the person,
They just did. It was all
the person's like,
wasted time.
That's cool, but I'm just gonna use one of them. I skipped my sophomore prom to go to Comic-Con, and I went to after prom, and then
That somewhat sounds epic.
Sounds like a dork thing.
Okay, this is epic.
But they had like a gaming station on the stage, which was just like two Wii's and two like small HD TVs.
It attracted all the possible school shooter types.
And then so
I know they're kind.
This one kid, he's addicted to Smash Brothers, and then someone brought as their date. He didn't go to the school, and he was much older. Like he looked like he was in his late 20s.
He's a grown man.
Brought him to prom and after prom, and
he's like, I grew up on this Smash Brothers.
He's sitting there in a dark corner of the room playing Smash Brothers with a kid who's a freshman. I'm like, this is very creepy, and like anytime I'm like, hey, can I play? He's like, this is only a game for me and this kid.
Sounds like he's gonna touch the kid.
Yeah, so that was pretty creepy. So, most of the dances that I went to, they weren't that great because they were on a budget. I was class president, so I had to make...
You're balling on a budget.
Homecoming and prom, and that was stressful because it's not that fun being in charge of making dances and stuff like that. So, you got 2 more stories?
Yeah, I remember back in 5th grade. So, in Upper Township, you have a St. Patty's Day dance in 5th grade, and like you're actual like starting to do more dances in the middle school, and then you have like hookup and prom in high school.
Yeah. And
so at our 5th grade dance, they like found this dude looking into the window of the girls' bathroom.
Oh god.
And they had to call the cops.
That's so
disturbing.
Creepy.
It's so.
And it wasn't a student?
No. Or I don't know who it was, but it's like some of us were just sitting in this one teacher's classroom playing Mario Kart Wii.
Oh my god.
Okay, we had this exchange student in our school, and
let's call him K.
Yeah.
K.
KZ. KZ was crazy. Got that. So we're cutting that one out?
No, it was just laughing.
So, KZ always had like a soda in his hands.
Yeah.
And then he didn't go to prom.
Yeah, he didn't show up to after prom.
He didn't show up to after prom.
Until, like, it was like 4 a.m, and I was walking down the hallway, and I just see him walking, like, his shadow emerging with a Coke in his hand, and I just see, is that Carl?
And then he's like, hey. And then he just walked away. And then, like, apparently he was just there for the rest of after prom. Apparently he showed up at 4 a.m. just to go to after prom and snuck in.
Insane.
Didn't pay for his ticket.
You guys have to pay for a ticket to after prom?
Yeah, you gotta pay for a ticket to
We don't have to pay for after prom. I forget how poor your school is.
We go to a poverty academy.
Yeah, the moral of the story between us two is our school is poor.
I mean, I went to Ocean City where there's half rich kids, half poor kids. So
yeah,
I was on the poor half.
Yeah.
Well, we had like this woman come in and say that she's gonna help us with all our financial stuff, and just
put you into debt.
Yeah, tanked us even more, and then dipped just for fun, and walked out of there.
Lulz.
Like wobbled out of there.
Essentially.
And she waddled away.
Well, she did. She had a cane. So yeah, it's we had to pay for our after proms. That's why I didn't go to a lot of stuff, because you always had to pay for it.
I feel like that's where they're like getting themselves, because like, okay, well, we can't pay for this, so we're gonna have the kids pay for this, and the kids are like, well, we don't want to pay for this, so we're just not gonna go. So then they just waste their money anyway.
Well, we already told you about the stupid servathon where
they made you pay to go clean up the school.
They didn't make us pay.
Well, you had no choice but to pay if you wanted to go home.
Yeah, they encouraged us. They're like, yeah. get your parents to pay money for you to do work for us, the school. So basically, we had this event where my mom was a part of the event planning team, and she was a part of the fun side where she organized a dodgeball tournament and human-sized hungry hippos. But it came at a price. We had to clean and work at the school, and then we were basically not forced, but they kept pushing us to get our parents to donate money for us to do this. So basically, we had to pay to clean the school.
Yep.
And it was... We didn't get paid to clean the school. We had to pay the school to clean it. And it was... Let me say, it was smart, because a lot of people...
Multi-level marketing schemes.
Like, I didn't think about it until today. But now, yeah. Because when it was going through my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's like any other... Because we had the serve-a-thon before where we'd go out into the community and they donate for us to go out into the community and help other places clean and stuff like that. Like, we'd go clean churches and stuff like that. But then one year, all of a sudden, they're like, you know what? This place looks like garbage. Let's have the kids clean it up.
They finally opened up their eyes.
Yeah. They saw the you know the sticky hands you get from the prize box? They saw that we stuck one up to the ceiling in 3rd grade, and they thought, now that we're in 10th grade, we should probably clean it up and take it off there. So yeah, it's that was a smart marketing scheme.
But Ocean City, our homecoming, anyone can go to, and I didn't go my junior year because I'm like, it's a waste of money. I'm gonna hate it. But I went my senior year because I'm like, well, my friends will all be there. I should probably just go to make them feel happy. But like, I didn't get invited to like the pregame at somebody's house. Like, not like drinking. Well, my one friend, he pre-gamed hard
when you're turning up before the pregame.
But he didn't want to go with the girl that he was going with. She kind of forced him, but he went with it. So he pre-gamed hard and doesn't really remember it at all.
Yeah.
But we're there, and I just didn't want to be there, and so I just show up dressed in gym shorts, Hawaiian t-shirt, my normal outfit with like a bucket hat and everything.
Yeah.
And everyone's like all in like their dress shirts and nice looking outfits, and then there's me, your friendly neighborhood crack addict.
Crack addict Jones over here.
And like, it's just the biggest waste of time because you just get food. It's probably like an ACS prom where they got food, there's just a giant dance floor and nothing else to do, pretty much.
Yeah.
And if you really want to have an actual conversation with someone, you have to go in the bathroom to be able to hear them.
Well, if it was a true ACS prom, you'd have all the parents running up to the DJ and yelling at him for playing songs with expletives in it.
So when you go in to any Ocean City event now, they have like a flashlight that has like a breathalyzer in it, and like you gotta go up and just say your address, and they're like, all right, yeah, you're good. And like, I'm sitting there like, they're probably not even a breathalyzer because my one friend made it in.
Mm-hmm. That's weird. Well, I get it, but hey, so I guess you guys want to wrap up the podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, we had fun this because we had more topics. The first recording we had was pretty good, but then I stupid, so it deleted itself.
Well, no, we didn't know any of that was going to happen.
I think
you can't take the blame for that. We had no clue that it was going to max out.
No, it wasn't because it maxed out. I found out about what I did. It's because I had it. You have to exit out of it to save it. So
you just closed the app.
I just closed the app.
Okay, now we can blame you.
Yeah, now you can blame me.
Biggest mess up
Sorry,
of 2018.
Add it
to the list.
2019.
2019. Is that
losing an hour's worth of our time?
I'm pretty sure I can come up with something worse to do in 2019.
If you do it, I'll give you $1. I'm not actually. That'd be a wait.
Well, you already gave me $1.
It'd be a regrettable purchase.
It would.
Well, we all had fun.
That Empire hat.
We all
Empire on Fox.
We all talked about our dances and the Masked Singer. So, how you guys want to close out this podcast? Rate the celebration roll.
Oh, that drum was good.
It was a solid 8 out of 10.
I would definitely have one of those again, but not when it's a couple weeks old.
Yeah,
I'll eat it in its current form.
It was good fresh. I didn't like it when it was freezer burnt.
I thought it was amazing.
I mean, once it started to like defrost them, it was fine.
I liked it.
Like by like the last bite, it was fine.
I ate like 3/4 of it. Kidding me?
Put the knife down!